What's up, homies? And tonight's topic is Canada monitoring situation as Poland says Russia-made missile killed two. Well, unclear whether to say even would fall under the category of an attack on a NATO member. OTAN. With Poland saying that the Russia-made missile hit its territory on Tuesday and killed two people. Canada and other NATO members on both sides of the Atlantic are scrambling over how to respond to a potential escalation of the war in Ukraine. Defense Minister Anita Anand said earlier Tuesday that she was in contact with Polish authorities when the Conservative Party blamed the deaths on Russia President Vladimir Putin outright. The Polish government confirmed that its foreign minister summoned the Russian ambassador on Tuesday and demanded immediate explanation. In a statement that came shortly after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky decried the missile strikes as a very significant escalation. Earlier today, Anand had said only that Canada was monitoring the situation. She said, I am receiving updates regarding the spot and very closely in touch with our Polish allies At this time, it would be imprudent for me to comment further. Anand said on her way into the House of Commons before question period, but conservative defense criticized Pakistan when uh, a step further, saying on Twitter that his party explicitly condemns Putin for the callous missile attacks, and all the best condolences go out to the people of Poland and Ukraine for the loss of their citizens. Uh, the NATO alliance was formed after the Second World War as a check against the Soviet Union and currently has 30 members spread across North America and Europe. The keystone of its founding treaty, Article 5, stipulated that any arming attack against one member constitutes an attack against all and may trigger a self-defense response from allies as a bloc. It was unclear whether to say events will fall under the category or if they may fall under Article 4, which say member states can comment and consultation with other members if they feel their security or independence are threatened. The Associated Press reported to say that Russian missiles crossed into Polish territory during a massive barrage that hit Ukraine's power grid and cut electricity to much of Moldova. The report was attributed to a senior US intelligence official speaking of condition of anonymity, as well as second source reported to have confirmed the information. Polish media report that two people died Tuesday afternoon after a projectile struck an area where grain was drying in Prestwodow, a village near the border with Ukraine. The reports are heightening fears that the ongoing war in Ukraine will spill over into Eastern Europe and spark a wider conflict between Russia and NATO, which has been supporting Ukraine with money and weapons but not troops. Russia's defense ministry denied launching strikes in the area near the Ukrainian-Polish border and accused Polish media and officials of deliberately escalating the situation. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said in a statement he had spoken with Polish President Andrzej Duda about the explosion in Poland. I offered my condolences for the loss of life, he added. However, Stoltenberg also said that while the alliance is monitoring the situation and all allies are in close consultation with each other, it was important that all facts are established. US President Joe Biden spoke with both Stoltenberg and Duda on Tuesday, a readout of the later call released by the White House, says Biden, offered for the US support for an assistance with Poland's investigation of what was described as explosions. President Biden referred the United States ironclad commitment to NATO. The readout says the two leaders say that they and their teams should remain close touch to determine appropriate next steps as the investigation proceeds. And Vedant Patel, the deputy spokesman of the UAE's State Department, had said earlier Tuesday that the UAE has seen the reports and that they are incredibly concerning. I want to again very clear that we don't want to get ahead of hypotheticals. We don't know what has happened yet, he said, and we're working with our partners in the Polish government and our NATO partners to get more information and to assess what has happened. When we make the determination, we will determine appropriate next steps as well. Zelensky quickly accused Russia of having fired missiles at Poland, and he called yet again for NATO allies to step up their support for his country. Terror is no limit to our national borders. Russian missiles hit Poland. Zelensky wrote the Ukrainian message post on the social media site Telegram. And to fire missiles in NATO territory, this is Russian missile attack on collective security. It's a very significant escalation. We must act. Latvian Defense Minister Ardvis Pabriks, whose country is home to a 200-strong NATO force led by 7 7,700 Canadian troops, also blamed Russia. The criminal Russian regime fired missiles which target not only Ukrainian recipients but also landed in NATO territory in Poland. Parik said on Twitter, Latvia fully stands with Polish friends and condemns this crime. There are also four Canadian military engineers in Poland who are training Ukrainian forces. Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland said in French on Tuesday that she did not have any specific comments to make but that she, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly were in contact with allies. But Trudeau and Joly were attending a G20 summit in Indonesia on Tuesday, and the reports emerged well after midnight, midnight local time. Joly's office showed Annet's comment is a written statement. We are aware of these reports. We are monitoring the situation and we are in close contact with Poland and other partners on this, said Press Secretary Adrian Blanchard. On the other hand, Russia made missiles on our country, killing two. And Russia Defense Ministry denied being behind any strikes on targets near the Ukrainian Polish border. Poland said early Wednesday, Wednesday that Russia made missile fell in the eastern part of the country, killing two people in the blast that marked the first time the war with Ukraine the Russian weapons came down on a NATO country. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky decried the strikes as very significant escalation of the war. The Polish government said that a statement for Foreign Minister Zbigniew wrote summoned the Russian ambassador and demanded made detailed explanations. The Polish media report that strikes took place in an area where grain was drying the Bristol, a village near the border with Ukraine. The Russian Defense Ministry denied being behind any strikes on targets near the Ukraine-Polish border and say in a statement the photos or purport the mesh have nothing to do with Russian weapons. And on Tuesday, Russia pounded Ukraine energy facilities with its biggest barrage of missile jets, striking targets across the country and causing widespread blackouts. The barrage also affected neighboring Moldova. It report massive power outages after the strike snowed out, and key power line that supplies small nations, and officials said. The missile strikes plunged much of Ukraine into darkness at real defiance from Zelensky, who shook his fist and declared, "We will survive everything." In his nightly address, the Ukrainian leader said a reported strike in Poland offered proof that terror is not limited by our state borders. We need to put the terrorists into place. The longer Russia feels impunity, the more threats there will be for everyone within the reach of Russian missiles, Zelensky said. And well, that is all. And don't forget to subscribe and like, please. I see you in the next episode, homies. Goodbye.